of the Friday Mackey and Judd extravaganza here. Vikings Packers week. I know Keys has been preparing extra material
Come on.
here.
Give me the keys. Damn it.
I feel like you and Keys have such a contentious relationship.
He's drinking surly right now, which I am fine with, but I'm like, this is the one time I need you, Keys.
It's 10:45 in the morning, so
I don't. It's a lost cause. It's a lost cause. He's in a bad mood, too. He's very upset.
All right. Judd's Keys presented by our friends at Federated Mutual Insurance Company. All right. Federated is here to help business owners, whether you're Keys and you are an independent contractor or you run your own. They've got resources that can help all sorts of businesses. Find a full list of industries Federated will protect at federatedinsurance.com. And remember, at Federated, it's our business to protect yours. All right. Here are Judd's Keys to a Vikings win against the Green Bay Packers.
4 of them. 4 keys for a win against the Packers. Start at the bottom, work our way up, as we always do.
Okay.
Key number 4, home cooking. Just a simple key. The Vikings are 2-2 at U.S. Bank Stadium this season. They were 3-5 last year. Now, a year ago, we blamed it on the lack of fans and like a guy like Rodgers could come in and hard count you and you would jump off sides because there were no fans there. There was no home field advantage. Well, fans are back now, and you've still lost to Cleveland and Dallas, and you nearly lost at home to Detroit, which I still don't get. The Packers, conversely, a 7-game win streak on the road against division opponents. They have not lost a road game since they lost at Soldier Field on December the 6th, 2018.
Wow.
The Packers have been very good on the road in the North. But
that's amazing.
That is amazing.
It's absolutely.
I get that when you break it down, it includes the Lions.
But it includes the Vikings, too. I mean, they've come here and won,
though.
Which has been, it's very impressive. But it needs to end. And it needs to end here. Like, this is the type of game that you should, the home field advantage here, as many Packer fans as might be at this game, should exist. And I'd like to see the Vikings. I mean, that was an established part of the Zim era, right? Like, this team was incredibly tough at home. And it got so noisy and quarterbacks would freak out. That has not been the case so far. Cooper Rush beat you here. So anyway, home cooking.
Yeah, the more I think about this game, and we'll do like all of the breakdowns on Purple Props this weekend on Purple Daily, but there's just a lot of signs, underlying signs that point to the Vikings in this one. The home field advantage should be as good on Sunday as it's been all season. Really, because they didn't have fans last year. I would expect this to be the most aggressive home field advantage from just a crowd amped up standpoint since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of other factors too, which we'll
and 2-2 right now, not acceptable. It's just not.
Yeah. All right.
Key number 3. Key number 3. On the line, the defensive line, that is. The Vikings are 28th. I mean, this is incredible. The Vikings are 28th in the league against the run. They are giving up 130.6 yards per game. That's awful. Like, that is for a team that's built around defense, or supposed to be. I could see them being like, 13th or something, right? They're 28th. Aaron Jones is out. A.J. Dillon is a big back. He's 247 pounds, and I think he is pretty good, but he's not Jones, who has traditionally given the Vikings problems.
The Packers, Eddie Lacy, the Packers love the big rumbling back, right?
Cheese eating,
John
right?
Kuhn.
Just a big
John
Green Bay.
Kuhn, yeah.
Well, that's a fullback, dude. That's a neck roll.
Cool.
Like
but what's
Kuhn.
the difference between? So John Kuhn was like 240 pounds.
Yeah, I know, but fullback.
Why is he a fullback and Dillon's a running back?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no clue about that.
Is John Kuhn the most Packer ever?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh,
I mean, Brett Favre is up there, obviously.
Chumy's up there. Mark Chimera up there. Mark Chimera still works there. But yeah, John Kuhn is up there for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But yes, a week ago against the Chargers, the Vikings actually held them to 82 yards on the ground, which was nice. But I mean, this has to establish, I think, starting at least with that game, a pattern of you don't just get gashed, right? Like I'm not saying you're perfect, but 28th, And without Jones playing, this is a really good game at home to assert yourself as we've improved against the run.
Yes, I agree. I agree with Keys.
Keys is on point. All right, key number 2. Key number 2 is going to have a little bit of controversy is probably not the right word. But I think something's brewing here. But the key is, what's the wrinkle? Zimmer ordinarily has, when he plays against the Packers, and the Vikings have been successful, and certainly against opponents, i.e. the Chargers, he has wrinkles that he throws in defensively to try and throw off potentially good offenses, or in this case, Hall of Fame quarterbacks. So the question is, what I liked about last week was Mike was without a lot of his, what he perceives to be core guys, right? Harrison Smith didn't play. Barr didn't play. Pat Pete didn't play. And he came up with a plan that was actually really pretty damn good and threw Herbert and the Chargers off. Well, Smith's back. Barr might be back. And I think Pat P's back. So if that's the case, are you going to say, okay, we're back, go out there and do it? Or are you going to say, yeah, you're back, but I've got some ideas here? Because this is the one place where I think when Mike gets in the way, it actually can help sometimes because he's got good ideas. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers, what's the wrinkle? And by the way, Aaron, this year, 14th in yards per attempt at 7.4 and yards per game, 242.9, and 9th in touchdowns and passer rating. So, there's some things that you can probably exploit here, but here's where the controversy comes in. I'm not convinced he plays. He hasn't practiced and he's got a toe problem. Or if he does play, I'm not convinced he finishes. If he's truly got a toe, if he's truly got a toe problem, you know what? I will.
You want to write that down?
But I'm going to write this part down, okay? Write this down.
Is this Judd or Keys? Because Keys would be, I feel like, in the listener category. Or is Keys making this prediction on behalf of Judd?
Could you wake up? We're still doing this. You fell asleep. The surly. Hey, pick that surly up.
I feel like Keys has some maturity issues, maybe.
Oh, he's got major maturity issues, major problems. Get off Twitter, too. So it's Keys in the listener category.
Okay.
He wants to write this down. Aaron Rodgers will not finish Sunday's game against the Vikings.
Because of injury or because of blowout?
Because of injury.
Okay.
Because of injury. That he hasn't practiced because of a toe. And I know that he didn't practice last week because of COVID and then played and didn't play well. But a toe injury, I think we think as fans, oh, it's a toe, he'll play fine. First of all, for an athlete, it's a huge deal. Second of all, the game is on turf, which is not the old AstroTurf, but it's still not grass. I feel like we're underplaying this because Aaron said, I'm going to play. Okay, but how well are you going to play? And it's not like football people don't lie as well.
Yeah, he's also still, for a guy that's pushing 40, pretty mobile still. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's a guy that can flush out and avoid pressure. So I think up the middle pressure that he has a hard time pivoting away from on a bad toe. Up the middle pressure.
I love where you're going.
I don't know how much pressure. The only thing is you don't want to be blitzing guys like Aaron Rodgers very often because they will torch you.
But are you saying A gap pressure?
Maybe some.
It's coming from the A gap.
Double A gap pressure.
Oh my God,
dude! Football. Let's get it. Let's get it, Keys. I like where Keys is going here.
All right. So that was key 2. On to key 1.
Dude, if Jordan Love has to play against Mike Zimmer's defense in US Bank Stadium, God help him.
Absolutely.
That will not. I mean, Brett Hundley experienced some of that.
Well, I'm going to back off a little bit because Cooper Rush did beat you. So I'm going to back off that a little bit.
That's a valid point.
That was the genius of Kellen Moore. But yeah, I know what you mean.
No, that's a valid point.
I'm not convinced that a guy with a bad toe who's not practicing, who we're told is going to play. Mm-hmm. Or certainly be as successful as he ordinarily can be and or, as Key said, finish the game. All right, key number 1. As simple as you can get, but it's the biggest key to the current Vikings team. Do not let off the gas. And I mean that on offense, okay? The formula last week worked. And I know that the conversations are, well, the Packers have been watching the film and they saw what we did with Justin Jefferson. And so can we repeat that? The answer is you have to. The answer is you have no choice. Kirk might throw a pick. Kirk might throw 2 picks. Jefferson might make 3 unbelievable catches. But you established a formula last week that was long overdue that gives you your only real chance at true success. And by the way, sets up your run game to be far more successful than it is when everybody just knows your run game is coming. Do not let off the gas.
Yeah, I like it. And I think there's a big question here about whether the Vikings turned a corner against the Chargers and there's a different team and Mike Zimmer has seen the light, or if it was just kind of everyone got excited for a week and found Justin Jefferson. Are they gonna use some of those same principles? But we'll find out on Sunday. And by the way, right after the game is over too, Vikings Vent Line, the most fan-friendly interactive show in Minnesota sports. You can find us on the Purple Daily YouTube channel live and turning the show over to you guys, Vikings fans, right after that game is over. So I'm pumped. This is about as excited as I've been for a game all year, boys. That Cowboys game would have, if Dak would have played, I think my excitement level would have been through the roof. But this is, if Mike Zimmer can't put together an all-encompassing, cohesive plan to win this game, then everything answers itself, right? I mean, we've already kind of coined the season over. Not the season in terms, like they can still make the playoffs, but Mike Zimmer's career as head coach of the Vikings probably hinges on this game, I would say. Like if they lose,
that's interesting.
It's been on the brink. I don't think he gets fired if they lose. I'm saying like
no, I agree with you totally now.
It's just like if there's any sort of opening for him to stick around, he's got to win games like this. We got to beat the Packers at home with playoffs kind of on the line.
I guess my feeling on that right now is that I think he has to go deep into the playoffs to survive.
I think he should, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess here's what I'm curious about. Can this coaching staff prove that they've learned at all? Because so far, for the most part, they have not shown me that they have. I think if you build off the Chargers game offensively, though, at least you'll say, at least it made sense. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if Jordan Love plays, that's going to be really interesting to watch.
Interesting is one word. Yeah, I think it'll be a train wreck.
I'd be really curious to see him play. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want to see him play, but I'd be curious to see him play.
All right, boys. Those are Judd's keys to a Vikings victory and Feedback Friday here. Our inbox is always open through the Score North app, the feedback tab. You can hit us up. That's also a good way if you want to be part of Write That Down on Wednesdays. You can send us a message through there. So, all right, Purple Daily. Don't forget, 4-Question Friday. Purple Props coming up today and tomorrow. Judd's got the flags. Look at this.
It's
a 2-Flag Friday.
2-Flag Friday. Look
Wild
at
and wolves.
You got some wolves. You got some wild. You got some wolves.
Woo! Love it. All right, see you guys. Mackey and Judd.